Hello, everybody. This is kind of part two, because I'm unsure if the last one was public. After 10 minutes and nobody popping in, I decided to cut it and continue trying it again. Have my coffee. I have Princess on my lap, just cuddling and purring. And everything. Let's see if my camera just try to plug in if I lose. Sorry about that. There. I want to make sure I am not going to lose connection. There we go. It's charging. Oh yeah. So we have a couple of flies that keep on coming into the house because, well, it's summertime and that's what happens. Peter goes nuts and attacks them. Right now he's sleeping on his cat tree, or lying down. Here, I'll switch. See, there he is. If you can see him. Hey, Peter. It's his morning time nap. So he likes that spot in this cat tree. And Princess usually like, so we don't. There we go. But we were away on the weekend, and Princess is like making up for cuddle time. Yes. I think I'm going to be getting some soft food for her. I usually just feed them hard food and soft food on birthdays and stuff like that, because our old cats, all of our older cats, whenever I've had cats, whenever they ate soft food and hard food, hey Hardens, James, how's it going? They kept on having fur balls, but um, honestly, I don't know. I haven't really seen too many fur balls with her, so not too bad. I have Princess here. Yes, just purring away. And Peter is having his nap in the cat tree. Yeah, yeah, she's an old kitty. She's getting a bit on the skinny side, but she's 15 years old, so that's kind of expected. But she just purrs and purrs and purrs. If you can hear her purring. I don't know, I tried to do a live stream, um, well, 10 minutes ago. I don't know if it went public. I might have forgot to put public, because I was here by myself for like 10 minutes, and then I'm like, I might not have set it to public. But that was the first 10 minutes of me talking about my cats and food wise. Okay. It's uploading, I think, right now. I'm just checking out. She has a little bit of knots. She has a couple of knots that I have to get at. What's this? Just a little dry skin here. Little knot. But no, she keeps herself pretty clean and stuff like that. Some places are harder for her to get at, so we brush her. I've contemplated giving her a bath. Not that she smells or anything. Okay, they have to be brushed all the time. Yes, well, she brushes herself, but yeah, as she's gone over it, like this past year, we've noticed she's gotten a few knots. Like the first 13, 14 years, rarely a knot. This past year, she's gotten a couple of knots that she hasn't been able to reach. Um, just because she's older, probably has a little bit of arthritis or that. But we just take, the brush to her and then if there's a bit of a knot, we'll take the little shaver to it, and then she'll have a patch that is missing some hair for a short period of time because her hair grows like super fast, and she doesn't seem to mind it that much. So that's the fun part. Contemplative of giving her bath because I don't know. As I've had cats and as they've aged, they've gone their fur have gone yellower. So when we had Smokey, who was a tabby like Peter but long haired, as she got older, her gray tabby parts turned orangey brown. And Princess, as she's gotten older, her back, legs, fur um, have gotten yellower white. Like, like the difference from the vintage bridal dresses that are white, supposedly, and then white. Not quite yellow, but I've Googled it, and that's what they say is that's, a sign of aging and stuff. I just shave mine, and so they hate that, but after. That is an idea. That is an idea. Could possibly do that. We keep our house. What's the nice thing with the cats and even with their furs? We keep our house fairly cool, summer and winter. Like we keep it 19 degrees Celsius, which 19 to 20, which is like room temperature. Uh, a little bit cooler than room temperature because we like it a little bit cooler. Like today outside, it's supposed to be 39 degrees and chance of thunderstorms. The clouds are starting to come in, which I'm waiting for because in that way I don't have to go to my garden and water. Because it's 39 degrees. It's super crazy hot and humid. I'm like, it's too hot to do anything. But um, inside, I just turned up turned down the AC, up the temperature to be 21 because it was actually got down to 18, which is a little bit chilly since I'm wearing a sundress and all. I don't need it that cold. Usually 69 degrees right here. Hey Google, what is 19 degrees Celsius? 19 degrees Celsius is 66.2 degrees Fahrenheit. So 66 is what we have ours at normally. Winter or summer. So, because in the wintertime you can always, it gives you a chance to wear those fuzzy PJs and not get like overly hot. And in the summertime you could still wear those fuzzy PJs and be comfy. Or you could wear the like the sundress type nightgowns and stuff like that. We like that all the time. 19 degrees. But that's because it's so hot. Like right now, it's crazy. Like, hey Google, what is 39 degrees Celsius? 39 degrees Celsius is equal to 102.2 degrees Fahrenheit. 102 outside. That is too much. Too much to do anything. Speaking of which, I'm just going to reach for the brush. This second. While I'm here, I may as well brush her. You might see flying fur all over the place. Well, yes, I know. I'm disturbing. I had the brush here. There, okay. Come back. Yes, I know. Do we have... Yes, that's my plan. Because I'm like, if it's going to rain, I don't have to go to the community garden and water. Because I was there last night for a meeting. Oh, look at the fur. Look at that fur. This is going to set my allergies crazy. But you'll like it. Oh, and I'm getting head butted. Well, like it, but you don't like it. She likes to usually attack the comb. Yes. Well, we were away on the weekend too, so we didn't usually in the mornings when she comes to get cuddles by whoever, one of us will go and take the brush and brush her. But like she doesn't have like a whole bunch of knots. She has like one little knot over here, but she is such a good kitty. But she's getting bony. She used to be overweight and fat and with a saggy tummy, and now she doesn't have much of a saggy tummy. It's just empty. She's getting bony. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to add more fat to her diet. Like she's eating, so it's not that she's not eating, but I don't know if she's um, eating as much or as often. Like it's not like she eats a few times a day, but I think I need to add a soft food. Yes, they don't like the tail. But the tail is not the part that actually gets knots on it, which is very rare. She gets knots like on her back by her shoulders or by her hip. On a rare occasion, she had a knot like right here where there's like no way that she could really clean herself. But she just lets me brush her. It's okay. It's a Well, you have a great day. Have fun at work. Thanks for popping by. Oh, comment below if you have any summer meal ideas. I'm in the process of making my menu plan for the month and I'm trying to get inspired with some new stuff. But stuff that's good for the summertime that's either we could have like a cold meal or something that can be like I could cook when it's, cooler out and then reheat. Right, Princess. Oh, headbutt. Yeah, because I have, today we're going to make sushi. So I have to make the rice for that and take the fish and meat out of the freezer. My oldest does not like um, seafood, so we cook up some beef or pork to put in, or chicken, and put inside. And then we have a one piece of tuna I picked up. We did groceries last week. It was marked down as like final day sale, like it was taken out yesterday type of thing. So I checked it and it smells perfectly fine. So gotta take that out and some salmon, which we always seem to have at least one piece of salmon in the freezer. Oops, I dropped the brush. No. And fake crab meat and some pork or beef. I'm not sure which one I have in there. She's all like one big fur ball. Like, watch the fur fly. Oh no, now it's gonna fly that way. But like it's just we are so going to need to vacuum as well after brushing you. Yes, that's okay. You probably feel much better. Hey, Tom Tom, I don't cook inside when it's this hot. True, I tried barbecue, but right now my barbecue needs more gas, so I need to get a ride to Costco to fill it up. I just dropped the brush. But look at this fur. That's how much I got her so far. Well, that's some of it. That's the other pile. There's my. Come back here. There we go. Get the other side of her. Yeah, I try and cook In the morning, I try to cook like 10 o'clock, like before noon, supper. Oh, I know. That's what your little knot is. I know. And then I reheat it at supper time. Well, you don't like their hip. You gotta tack it. I know, but you're still purring. It's what you need. You need to be brushed. Get a pile of fur. Have my allergies go crazy. Yeah, try to brush. There we go. That better. She's like, yes, mommy. Oh, I just want to lie here and purr. It's brushing your tummy that you're not gonna like. Hey, Tom Tom, do you have a kitty cat? It's that time of year where she is just shedding. And all I can say is it's a good thing we keep our house very cool. Because otherwise, I'm sure she'd overheat or something. She's not a young kitten no more. This is Princess. She's like 15 years old. So feel free to comment below with recipes for summer. Oh, my daughter thought I was insane talking to myself. But no, just doing a video. Oh, look who woke up. Peter. Peter. Oh, yes, I know. You don't like Peter. Peter's like, oh, Rowan's up. I gotta go say hello to her. Oh, I know. There, I got a little knot. Zoe. Hello. I had 3 cats, but long ago. Yes, that's just Peter. She's with Rowan. Okay. Princess is not too fond of Peter. Oh, no, don't have him hit the table. He's going to knock shit off again. He's been doing that all morning. I had him sitting beside me and her at the back of my neck, and she was fine with that. Right, Princess. Oh, there. You'll come back here. You're all clean now. Yes, all the fur still coming off, but super soft. Hello, that looks like a Russian name. How's it going? It's 39 degrees today, but with thunder showers, the clouds are starting to come in. So that should hopefully cool it off a little bit. There. Hopefully you have some good coffee, Java. Hey Google, how do you say coffee in Russian?
In Russian, you would say.
Oh, I think I butchered that, but so what are your plans for the weekend or the Friday night? Coffee, coffee, Kofe, coffee. But see, it sounds like coffee. Coffee, coffee. So it's a universal word. And in French, it's cafe. I don't know what it is in Spanish. She's just purring away. Are you just purring away? I'm just making sure you're all clean. And Peter over there is purring like a banshee. It sounds like a motorboat there. E in best, so coffee.
Brush, he's shedding.
Hey, Iron Fire Horse, you want the brush too?
He's shedding.
Okay, here.
He's so fascinated.
Yeah, Peter is like part dog. I think he thinks he's a dog. Yes, everybody needs some coffee. In whatever language, you need the caffeine to just go from asleep to normal.
Buddy, you're shedding. He didn't shed, he shed gray.
Yes, she's uh, doing the comb on Peter, and it's big piles of gray. While doing it on Princess, no matter where you brush, it's big piles of white.
Also, he's a
Coffee. Yes, that's true. He couldn't spell it. I just, yeah, that was hilarious. I am pretty good. Yeah. Peter is a dog. His tail wags like a dog, like he does it, goes thump, 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 thump when he's happy. He fetches his toys. He'll bring them to you too. He likes to grab pencils or pens in his mouth like a stick and walk around with them. And he tries to trip you when you're going down the stairs, like walking exactly where you want to step.
What?
And walking like right beside your leg. So you're walking, and his body is like walking with you. Like, you know, when you train a dog to walk with you?
I've lost so many good pencils.
Hmm?
I've lost so many good pencils.
Yes.
All my pencils now have bite marks.
My daughter says she's lost many good pencils because now all her pencils have bite marks because he's used them as sticks to fetch. And he likes to chew on like the boxes, like the corner of box, like as if it's like a teething toy. He doesn't like scratch them or anything like that. Even though he has claws, he doesn't. You know, he'll sometimes there's one corner of one chair that he'll do a little scratch, and we tell him to stop, and that's it. But he doesn't even do it to his cat tree. So
He just likes to lay in it.
yeah, he just likes to lay in it. He likes to actually lay in his back. I've never had a cat that lies in his back and sleeps with his legs in the air. And he attacks flies. Or what was it? Flying. What was it? Flying raisins. There was something that was like flying raisins and mean flying raisins. Mean flying raisins would be like bees, but I'm sure that's what he thinks they are. He claps it. He catches them like he uses his paws like hands. So sometimes we'll give him a little treat of like a piece of meat or whatever, and he'll go and smell it. But then what he does, he takes his little paw and he grabs it with it, like he taps it to make sure like it's for him. But he goes and just takes his little paw. He grabs it like a hand and brings it to him, and then he'll put it in his mouth and he'll walk away with it and then go and eat it because he's like just to make sure you're not going to take it away from him again. But he uses his paws like little hands.
That's just your fur, buddy.
Okay. He's currently right now. Rowan was brushing him on the couch, and some of his fur went on the side of the couch. He's now licking his fur off the couch. Like, I want German Shepherd. Love them. My friend has two German Shepherds, and they're actually really well trained. They don't bark, um, unless you know, like you're a stranger and stuff. And even then, they're trained to stop and that. But they're big dogs, and you have to train them well. Because if you don't train them well, they can go bad. Not because they're a bad dog, just because people aren't training them. Tap on the tap on the couch and he'll come up.
No, only when he wants to. Peter. His last name is Hugh. He wants to go to Hugh.
Yes. That was this morning. He wanted to come to me. I got to pet him, but he doesn't stay still. I pet him and he rolls and pets and rolls and then takes off and comes back. It's like a cat with ADHD.
But you have to get him at like 10 at night, because then he'll be all snuggly bear.
Yes. My daughter says get him at 10 at night where he's all snuggly bear, where he wants to come and cuddle and sleep. This cat has like scheduled nap. Like as I said, he went up there to have a nap for about 40 minutes. And then he heard Rowan. Rowan is like his favorite person
Because I walk
for
around.
because she walks around and he likes to just fight trim. Now when she's at school, I'm the next favorite person, and then Abby. Abby's a bit more before me.
Me and Abby are equal.
Yeah.
He loves to sleep with her when he wants to.
That's I say 11 years old dog. Max drinks water uh, with his paw like a raccoon. He lived outside for the first year of his life with the raccoons. He even has a big striped tail like a raccoon. Well, this one has a big striped tail too. Oh, what's he grabbed? He has something orange. A straw?
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay, Peter is like having a 2-year-old. He finds the things that he shouldn't and starts to chew on them like a straw.
No, he was. This is.
I think that's majorly important with big dogs. Exactly, like small yippy dogs, like you can kind of get away with not training them because they're not really that bad. But big dogs, you definitely because those dogs could like bite you.
You've chewed this, and he just wants to play with it.
No, that's at the other end.
No, he never chewed anything.
Yeah,
He just plays with it.
but he's he's like a little 2-year-old, always figuring out how to get into trouble.
Come here, buddy.
Up there.
Buddy. Peter, come.
Yeah, what's his name? Your dog? I think you said it here. Uh, no, Max was Iron Horse's cat or dog.
Can I have one?
That one or the other? Like, there's the Nestea that has no sugar, and the other one has sugar. You can have one, but if you go have one, can you put more coffee and cream in my cup, please? I have a princess here.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have a Peter drink me now.
Yes, well, thank you. Yeah. And that was her. You have to still pick grad images. That's the one that they had. See my grad? You have to pick which one. But what's interesting is that was her grad pictures, but when they actually graduated, they're wearing these blue gowns. So, 1,000 followers, but they're. I know. I swear, um, most I usually get is about 10, 15 at a time. People will watch the videos afterwards. People live on different countries and different time zones and stuff. But And some people like certain videos of mine versus others. I have a few that really like my live streams, others that just like my cooking. Thank you. Ooh, nice hot coffee.
She came and froze me halfway through the night.
She did?
Like when I woke up the first time.
We have an orange tabby named Ollie who eats all kinds of things he shouldn't. He ate a J cloth last year and swelled up like a big turkey. Okay, speaking of J cloths, my mother in law's old guide dog ate a J cloth and didn't realize it right away. And when Rowan was younger, she's like, "Why is there a flag out of Sally's butt?" Because it went through, it came out. That dog also ate a half of a corn cob, and it got lodged, and she had to get surgery. The surgery cost like $3,000. I'm like, stupid freaking dog, and like caught it like went and got it like in like 30 seconds and thought got all the pieces out because she went and but there was a piece that that went too fast. He passes it. I couldn't believe it. Summer is really slow time for YouTube people. Well, true. People are busy. Even like people I watch. There's some people I watch um, for certain videos, and some I try and keep up with because I just like following their family, their life, or whatever. And then some I watch um, only some of their type of videos because some things I might not be as much interested in all the time, or I have to be in a mood. Like I really like watching grocery hauls. I'm weird, and I like freezer prep and meal prep and all that stuff. But then I also like watching, um, especially if they go do a live stream. See, a lot of the channels I watch don't do live streams; they just do videos. But when they do a live stream, it's nice too because then you can interact with your audience, and that's why I like doing live streams. 11-year-old dog, German Shepherd. Might have been you. Might have been. Um, I think he's Russian guy. I can't say. I don't know what those letters in Russian say, so I can't try and badly pronounce your name. I'm sorry. If you could tell me how to sound it out, that would be helpful. Yes, somebody had said they had a German Shepherd. I think they were 11 years old. See, this is why we have cats. They're just lap cats. Like to lie on you, give you love when they want to give it to you. Sometimes when you want it. And then they go and do their own thing and come back. But I've got like fur everywhere. It's like the dandelion of fluff. El Bato, a Russian friend. So is that his name, El Bato? Is that how you sound it? Yes, a Russian friend. Exactly. Because I don't know, like, I don't know how to pronounce those uh, letters. Yeah, I've had cats all my life. I've had dogs when I was younger. Um, when I was a kid, When my parents were together, before they separated, we had dogs. We had a dog and a cat. I've had rabbits when I was like 4 or 5. We had a black rabbit and a white rabbit. And then at one point they ran away. At least that's what my parents said. Who knows the true story? I had a duck for a year, or at least 6 months. And that's when we lived in a triplex. So it was like a duplex, but there was 3 floors, like 3 separate apartments that had a whole floor. My dad worked at the Skyline Hotel in Ottawa as a bartender. And one Easter, they were giving away baby ducks, as a gimmick. So he brought one home. And we took care of the duck, and the duck basically lived in our bathtub. Walked around the house, but we left the bathtub with some water all the time. And whenever the music played, the duck would dance. We called it disco duck. Remember, I was probably about 4 or 5, so this was like maybe 1979, 1980. So disco was still around. Some dogs in my life, also used to have hundreds of rabbits. Started with 3 pairs. Well, that's kind of how the saying goes with rabbits. You know, they I think they can have babies every 2 months or something like that. Like it's crazy, and then they have multiples, not just one. There's a up here. Princess just like there's a little spot here where there's a little knot. She's just letting me pick at it. Not meowing, not doing nothing. Not quite purring, but there. That's better, isn't it? We had a duck, and then the duck got too big. It was huge, and we had It was an apartment, like a triplex. We were at least on the top floor, so we ended up that one I know we gave to a farm. There was a local farm just outside of Ottawa that took in retired farm animals. So, um, and I think you paid them like $50, and they would make sure that they lived their life, you know, the rest of their life like peaceful. Because they would take in old horses or old goats or whatever that the owners did not want to eliminate and wanted them to kind of live their final years, you know, as a pet versus a farm animal. Yes, and the duck would just, hey man, the duck would, whenever there was music on, and even TV commercials or anything, the duck would just dance. And so, disco, disco duck, yes. This was like 79, 80, 81, somewhere around there. Because my parents, the reason I know it, because my parents split when I was 6, 7 years old, somewhere between that. And that would have been like 82. So, but I had one duck, 2 rabbits, a couple of dogs, and cats over the years. Like maybe 8, 8 or so cats. Now, my um, my dad had on his own a cat and a dog most of the years of my life. Once they were separated, he had either a cat or a cat and a dog, but mostly dogs. He loved dogs. Or was it for that we were renting that? They really cool. But You must be brushing, princess. All this fur. I should throw it outside for the birds and other animals that use in their nests or whatever. Maybe it might be a deterrent for other pests, but that's more dog fur. So I did a live stream earlier, but I don't think I might have made it public because it was I was on for about 10 minutes and nobody showed up, so I stopped it. So if it's not public, I will make it public. You just see me chatting to myself. Well, and Princess, because she's been here the whole time. Getting love and giving petting. My Persian mixed cat had similar fur. Yes, well, she is a mutt. So she's a product of a brother or sister. So friends of ours got two kittens from a litter, a brother and sister. She was told they were 6 weeks old, but apparently when she got them home, and then she made arrangements for um, the cat to get fixed, the boy and the girl. Well, and to get their first checkup. So she brought them in to get them fixed, and the vet said that the girl cat was already pregnant. And she's like, well, that's impossible because they have to be something like 3 months before they can get pregnant. So apparently, the previous owner either lied of their age or the cat was very fertile. So we got Princess. Princess actually chose us when we went over there with the kittens. She had about 4 kittens, and Princess is the one that came up to my girls. So we said, okay, that's our cat. That was our requirement. We wanted a cat that was loving and that was a lap cat and liked kids and stuff. So if she came up to my kids, and my kids at that time, like Abby was 9 and 2. I think she was a year and a half because she still had a bottle. So I have pictures because while we were there, she got tired and she fell asleep on the couch. So I have a picture of her on my friend's couch, asleep with her bottle, and then the cat walking around her. So I'm like, yep, that's our cat. So we still had to wait because I think she was only about 4 weeks old. Yeah, but now you're about 15 years old. Yes, you are. Yes, that was a little bit of a oops. And my friend at the time, like, she was single and was on disability, so she didn't have a lot of, you know, finances. So she got the boy fixed. um, and they were indoor cats, so that she didn't have any more kittens. But the plan was because she brought them to. So we have the Ottawa Humane Society, and a couple times a year they will offer getting your pets fixed for low income families for like 20 or $50 instead of like $200, which it costs normally, right? But you have to book your appointment and stuff. Um, so she had done that, but she got at least for the boy. So because it's one of those things like you want cats, and then having kittens, and it's all cute, but then you want to keep them all, and unfortunately you can't. And there's so many cats and kittens and dogs and other pets that people get and then dispose of or leave in the wild because it didn't work well with their family, or they didn't realize the commitment or that with a pet. there's so many unwanted pets that you should breed more for that reason, for just. But I mean, that's why we've never done a pedigree or anything like that, because those ones you have to breed specifically, and the difference between, like, I had friends who had Siamese cats and a Persian something, and they always seemed like these pedigrees cats always seemed to have some sort of like major health problem, that they had like special diet that they had to adhere to, because like they had kidney problems or whatever, and it was like a common thing with that breed or that type. Well, as I was saying, my cats have always just had the Kirkland cat food. You playing with your ear. And I'm just thinking that Princess has lost a bit of weight. I think she's just gotten older. So I was thinking of adding some soft food. Because our previous cats didn't do well with soft food. They always seem to have fur balls. Yes, mutts are bets. As I said, she's a product of a brother and sister, which I think was also a product of a brother and sister. But she is one smart kitty. She's a bit of a princess, as it goes with her name, because she's the alpha in this house. Even though Peter is bigger than her, weighs twice as much as her, he still bows down. She still hasn't quite accepted him 100%. She's tolerating him, but it's only been 2 months, so it took her much longer when we got sushi for her to accept sushi. Oh, what the frick is she doing? Oh my god, that cat's stupid. He's attacking the railing and going through the bars. This cat is a big cat. He can fit through the bars, but he's squeezing himself through the bars of the railing. If you get caught, I'm not getting you out. Like, it's your own damn fault. Good morning, fairy god monster. How's it going? TGIF. I am so ready for the weekend. That means hubby we home and the alarms don't have to go off. No responsibilities for me except for, well, I have to go to church on Sunday. Haven't gone forever. Um, and so tomorrow, hopefully everybody's feeling well. We're still dealing with Abby. Actually, Abby's health that last weekend. She managed to participate, like we were at a wedding, and so she managed to stay for the wedding ceremony and the dinner and some of the dancing. Oh my goodness, that cat. But she went back to the room early just because she was exhausted. And actually, she ate fairly good on the weekend. Not not like her normal, but as good as her current normal is. But hopefully, if her health is good, we can hopefully go and see a movie this weekend. Because I've had movie tickets from Costco for like a month and a half, and we haven't gone to see movies that we want to go see. you know, See, I'm a cat person. I'm not. I like dogs too, but I'm not. The one thing I don't like about dogs is you have to take them out for a walk, whether it's minus 39 degrees or plus 39 degrees. Cats, you don't. You just have to change their litter every few days, maybe once a week, depending on, you know, how many cats and how many boxes you have. You feed them, and if they don't have major health issues, you can fill them with the all you can eat food dish and all you can drink water dish, and just fill that up once a week. I'm a lazy pet owner that way. anything, but the kiddo is asleep. Ah, cool. Dyeing my 11-year-old hair blue tonight. Cool. With blue, watch out that the blue, as it fades, it turns kind of green. Sometimes it turns like a seafoam green, which is a nice green. Sometimes it turns kind of lime, icky green. But I think your kid's a boy, so that might be kind of cool, kind of slime. But yeah, I have a puppy. He is a pain, but he has learned to walk on a leash in 3 days. Awesome. Fairy God Monster. Your 11-year-old is a boy or a girl? Yeah, just as it fades. Otherwise, you can always retouch it. Like that's the thing is that like all those bright colors are even are semi-permanent. Even the ones that say they're kind of permanent, they're not quite. Like they fade really fast. Like after like 6 or so washes. So you can always retouch it with and re-brighten the color. Because usually those things like Splat or what was the other company, you could just put some more on to touch it up. Red and pink fades nice. They fade kind of lilac-y, fuchsia, like and sometimes patchworky, like a unicorn. I think. Boy, yeah, the manic panic or splat. There's the two. Um, one fades. One lasts. I can't remember which one. I think manic panic lasts longer and fades more consistently, and I think it's splat that fades kind of sometimes blotchy. But with the darker blue, since he is a boy, and if it fades kind of green, that are kind of like lime, uh, kind of, or as I think of as slime, color, it fades. He might like that. Some of the other blue and some blues, the way that it fades like a seafoam green. Like I'm trying to see what. Do I have anything that's kind of that color? Not, not really. Um, Purple fades nice, pink and red fades nice. Yellow, I saw somebody dye their hair this like neon highlighter yellow, but it when it faded, it just turned like plainer yellow. Well, true. Also with blue, well, see if you lighten your hair to do blue. Like I did it for Rowan, I did pink in her hair and just a streak, and then I also did tips, and then she wanted that done, and then she eventually um, colored her streak brown because she wanted the streak to go because you lighten, but to get any of the other colors too, you should lighten it so they stay on longer. Unless your kid's hair is already light. I mean, as you saw, my daughter's hair is brown. Now I dye all the time, and I wish I would have never started. True. Well, if your kid's blonde, pink would work for that too. Because mine was brunette, and I highlighted the pink. See, that's what she has a brown hair. See, we're gonna get one of these. Is her. She graduated. So, never wanted to dye their hair. I honestly think that her pictures I took of her actual graduation were better. Her gown for graduation, though, was a blue, and I did her hair. Um, I might do a little slideshow video of that. And she did her hair, and it looks nice. And then her prom pictures, she had a blue dress, and she did her own hair and makeup. And went with a bunch of girlfriends. Well, there was a couple guys in the group too, but she had fun. I might do like a slideshow type of video thing for memory and stuff, and people couldn't see it too. And you saw the well, you will not yet. Soon you'll see a video of me at Spectacle Lake where I had my nails. I took them off. They lasted till Monday. Then I lost one, and I took off all the rest Tuesday night in the tub. But now I have still the glue that's on the top. I have to shake the sand off or buffer off because it's all made the top a little bit bumpy. Hey, Jalon, how's it going? Oh, hello, princess. What you doing? Hello. Are you coming up here? Oh, you're coming up here to get 11? Oh, head. Purr, 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 headbutt. This is princess. Okay, no, don't put your. I don't want your tail in my coffee. Where are you going? Hello? Are we done? See, this is princess. This is like what she likes. Isn't she a pretty kitty? Look here. She's a pretty kitty. Uh, you're pushing me back, cat. She's beautiful. Oh, thanks. Well, she shows me who's boss. She's like, you are my human. Oh, headbutt. Okay, now we're gonna lie down. Yeah, she does this at night too. Only problem is she tries to lie on my top of my head and stuff, or tries to like go in my skin, like headbutts me. I'm like, seriously, cat, I'm trying to sleep. Where would you like me to go, cat? Where are you going? Okay, it's not so helpful. I need to go on this side. There. Okay, no problem. Yes. Ouch. What? Back claw. There. Your foot was sliding there. It was scratching me, cat. Yes. Well, Peter does this too. But then he does this for about 2 seconds and then takes off and comes back. I'm having to move 300 gigabyte down because I formatted an SD card with 3 videos on it. Yeah, what I've so I got a new computer. I haven't tried editing on it yet, but on my old computer, I can only move the amount of like 1 or 2 videos onto my computer from like I put all my videos on a storage drive that's attached to my husband's computer, and then just move the files over. Otherwise, my computer would get full because of the file format um, of the videos. Oh, oh, okay. Headbutting and licking my ear. This is just so wrong. So I gotta go now, Jen. See you later. Okay, well, my Tom Tom is in Cuddle Clock. Okay. Have they already been uploaded? See, once they're uploaded, I don't tend to keep the videos unless they are um, like family ones, like ones with Abby or Rowan or that. If it's just myself, and that's it. Regular, yes, right. Yeah, well, that's the thing with computers and recovering information stuff. All those things take a long time. That's why, well, my husband's the techie. I'm not. As I said, most of my videos, I only know how to like press play and shoot and glue the pieces together. Not a lot of editing. And even with that small amount of editing, it it takes a long time. So I mean that's why, unfortunately, my videos aren't as professionally made as I would like. But I haven't had the time to really learn the craft as much, and I'd rather produce the information or produce the videos and have fun with it and have you guys enjoy it, even though it's not perfect. Because honestly, if I waited until everything was perfect, I would have absolutely nothing on my channel. Because something always happens. So I just deal with it. Oh, yes. That's why I don't record. I try not to record in 4K. I try to record in normal. Um, when I've done it in 4K, it's taken forever. And honestly, the quality on YouTube, 4K and whatever the other uh, way, you can't really see much difference in quality unless it's like professionally made, like those YouTubers that have a billion viewers and have their own camera crew. That type of stuff is a whole other ball game. Something I don't even want to strive for. I like where I am in YouTube. Maybe a little bit more followers, maybe a little bit more better quality videos, and more community. But that's about it. Like, I'm happy with my 1,000 subscribers because they are all good ones. Once you get to like 100,000 or a million subscribers, there is no way you can build a community and get to know people. You might get to know a few, whoever's like, the squeakiest wheel or whoever's loudest or comments the most or whatever, but I don't always comment on videos. I always like the videos. I wish there was a way that YouTubers could see who liked their videos versus just seeing, oh, I got 50 likes, or when you would click on it to see who actually did it. Because usually I go and like videos and then I will comment if I have something uh, to comment on. Oh, my allergies are going wacky. I love you, cat, but I'm gonna have to take an allergy pill soon. As you can hear my nose is getting congested, but that's because I'm allergic to cats, and I have two. But I love them. It's only when they get really in my face that bothers me, and only a little bit. It's just like I have a stuffed up nose. So hopefully, if we get a thunderstorm today, it'll water my garden. Then I don't have to go up to the garden plot today. I just have to go there tomorrow or Sunday and pick some lettuce. Because my lettuce is going crazy there. My green onions are going well. My herbs are going. My tomato plants are going. I have to go and get them better supported. Um, but I have to go to the dollar store first and pick up the stronger spikes and do that sometime. I think I'll do that multiple times next week. Next week we get to go to Algonquin, student services. Might take a video of the school. That's my old alma mater. I graduated from Algonquin, actually from the same program that's Rowan's going into, developmental service worker. So that's a program that you can work with adults and children with physical and developmental disabilities. You learn the physical care aspect of, learning to lift and transfer them and stuff, but also like feeding and stuff, but also you learn how to implement programs and behavior modification and all that stuff. And her goal is to go into the school setting with them and be an EA. So I went the other route and worked in independent living and helped people, adults with physical disabilities, to manage their activities of daily living, lifting, transferring, showering, feeding, dressing, um, and was just basically able to be their hands and legs. Um, some were more higher needs than others. So there was one lady, literally, we were only ever called for helping her put like a lasagna pan in the oven and to change light bulbs because she did not have the balance to hold a lasagna pan for the oven. She could do stuff on the stove, but anything to go in the oven where she had to use two hands, she didn't have the balance because of her disability. And light bulbs, because, well, you don't have the balance to do that. You don't have the balance to go on a chair or a ladder and change the light bulb. So, and then there was other clients that were paraplegic or quadriplegic, where you needed to help shower and dress them and feed them. Some could partially feed themselves certain things. Um, Other times they needed everything kind of done for them. But mentally, they were like top notch, 100% there. And it was self directed care. So they told you if they had meds, which meds they took. That was part of the requirement for this place. They owned their own apartment. We had an apartment in the building. They were amongst everybody else that had regular apartments as well. And we had a pager that they would page us, um, when they needed something, or they would book like things like a shower or going to bed or whatever, lifting and transferring. They would book times so that there was guaranteed we would go to them at that time to put them to bed or whatever. If they did not want to book it, they would take their chances with calling, and we would show up when we were done wherever we were. So if we were going to be more than 10 minutes or so, we would call them back from the wherever we were to say we're going to be 20 minutes or so because of whatever the situation is. But I contemplated going into the school system, but once I was in the residential home, like home type care, I really enjoyed it, and I liked the security of the hours and the pay. The problem with the school system, doing that, you have to go through a whole major interview process, then you get onto a supply list and stuff, and then you could get called maybe and have a shift for 2 hours or 4 hours or the whole day. The the lack of consistency, the lack of guarantee income was really not something I could do at that point in time because I was already living on my own. My mom had already passed. I was not going to ever move back in with my dad because that relationship was not a good relationship to live under his house. His roof was just not, you know, we were two different personalities, and somebody was not going to make it. So I was living with roommates, and I needed a guaranteed income of a certain amount to pay for rent, food, my portion of bills, because I did not have, and I was still paying off student loans. I did not have uh, a nest egg like some of my roommates did that have parents that would bail them out if they needed to. I didn't have that thing to fall back on. So it's kind of being thrown in the deep end, and you learn to swim or you drown. um, my girls will have that security. Like my oldest is going to school, but she's staying at home, at least for now. I mean, it's up to her what she does, but I I don't think that she's going to necessarily want to move out anytime soon because she's got pretty good here. We have to have that discussion of what going to college and staying at home means and what rules and responsibilities she will have and expectations and stuff like that. But that will be for next time. Probably next month, maybe. Hey, Creative Redundancy, how's it going? Long time no see. How was your Canada Day? I think today the videos of our fireworks in Kanata went up. We had awesome seats. Like literally, the fireworks were coming up, and then they were going in the air, and they were like going bang right above us. So that's why the videos like. So like, I had to like the first video. My phone crashed after 2 minutes, so I had to restart it. And then it was about total of about 20-25 minutes of fireworks. I got about maybe 15 minutes of it. See, it didn't rain that night. We're having, it's 39 degrees today, and we have a high chance of thunderstorm. Plus, there's a heat warning in effect. So that's another reason why I don't want to go out. I'm going to try and do stuff inside, but stuff that won't create too much heat inside. Like I'm going to make sushi for supper tonight. So I have to make the rice in the Instant Pot and defrost the tuna and salmon and cook up the either pork or beef for Rowan's ones and chop up the vegetables and get that going. Yeah, I heard about the. Yeah, it's been like that all week. Now, it's no surprise because last year I posted on Facebook about the heat wave, and the year before, the week of Canada Day, um, Independence Day, the week the couple days before and a couple days after, It's always a heat wave. So, and either candidate is either rain, like heat wave, rain, or both. We were lucky; we did not have rain that day. So, but last year we had rain. No, we had rain during the day, and that stopped. We did fireworks, but 2 years ago we had rain from about 5, 6 o'clock on, and we did not go to the fireworks because I'm like, came home, we went for supper, we went swimming first, and then we went for supper because it started raining, and then it was still raining after supper, so we went home and contemplated going back for fireworks around 9, but it was still downpouring, and we're like, yeah, no, we'll watch on the television on the news, watch the downtown fireworks on the TV. It was just as good. And quite vivid. We had rain. We had rain all of May and most of June. I didn't plant my plants till so I was planning on planting my plants uh, the end of May, beginning of June. Not long weekend because it was actually cold. Like I lost 3 of my plants because I didn't bring them inside. I was bringing them in and bringing them out, and then there was 3 plants. My computer plant, not computer, cucumber. Yes, I'm planting computers. Cucumber plants and basil. I didn't bring in one night and they died. I tried to revive them, didn't happen. But my other plants, my lettuces and tomatoes and other herbs, survived barely. But it was cold. Like we went down to like 5 and rain. Hailed here last week. Video it. Awesome. Well, awesome that you got a video. Not awesome that it hailed. We were supposed to get hail here Saturday. I was just outside of Ottawa, a couple hours away in Barry's Bay, for a wedding, and the wedding was on the Saturday. We did have 2 times it downpoured during the day before the wedding. The wedding was at 4, and at 2 o'clock they were just starting to set up the chairs outside, and it downpoured. And we're like, oh, but then it went sunny. We're like, okay. And then as it went sunny, as she was stepping out of the building for her wedding and stuff, everybody on their cell phone got a tornado watch. It was hilarious. No, there was no even winds or like clouds in the sky. So my friend's like, "Oh no, we can't have a tornado." So they did their ceremony and stuff, and they got it done in like 45 minutes, and then we did pictures afterwards. There was not any clouds or anything, no rain. So we're like, woohoo! Then we went inside for supper, and then did rain for um, during supper time, so like an hour and a half later. But she asked what that meant. I'm like, oh, you're just a powerful entity to be getting married. So, and since it didn't land, we're good. What? Yes, Princess is still here. She changed spots. She climbed up here. She climbed on my shoulders. She climbed on my head. She squished me down.
What's our plan for lunch?
What would you like the plan for lunch to be?
I don't know. Tonight
We can make sushi.
with watching Wreck-It Ralph.
Okay. Why don't you take out the salmon, not the salmon, the tuna from the freezer downstairs so it defrosts? It's the You'll put it in the freezer, it'll probably fall off. It's the piece of fish that's sitting there. We can have wraps. We have some leftover fried chicken. We have still some leftover pork and beef that I grilled. So I can make wraps with the last tomato cucumbers,
I didn't
tzatziki, and hummus.
some of those I didn't like.
Well, whatever. Like you can put whatever you like on your own wrap.
I guess.
You have to get Abby up. What time is it?
I don't know.
Hey Google, what time is it?
It's 11:12.
Okay, she should be up.
And I gotta cut things.
Yes, but still, get her up. And then we'll figure out lunch stuff. Just fixing my hair. Which emoji? A smiley face? Or not? Jenn, growing computers, yes. Glad I ate before coming on the stream. Well, because we're like trying to think, what's for lunch? So this is the thing. I swear, it's hilarious. When the kids go to school, they have like a breakfast. They might grab breakfast. They usually don't, but they'll grab something for lunch, right? Because their lunch time for high school is like 10:30 to 11:15 or something like that. Because they start school at 8. Usually Abby will grab a boost because she has been having issues, stomach issues of not eating, nausea and stuff like that. So just to make sure she'll have some sort of nutrients, and then she has to take meds in the morning or whatever. So she'll have a boost or whatever, but she'll eat, and then we have supper around 6:30. When they come home from school, they might have a snack, but that snack usually is whatever they didn't finish of lunch. But I swear, kids are off school. They just expect to eat from about an hour after they wake up till they go to bed, like just constantly grazing. So the good thing with teenagers is that they're old enough and big enough that they can figure out stuff themselves. Um, when I'm not quite hungry yet, but I can make lunch. They're welcome to have we'll discuss with them and figure out what they'd like. I can make that, and then I just still have to make supper. But as long as they ask me certain ingredients I might have already planned for supper, and I don't plan on going to the store to pick them up again. If they plan on using certain ingredients for something, I might say, I'll usually say yes, I might say no. But I swear the other day, I had some samosas in the fridge, so they had that. They couldn't find the other package of samosas, but that's because they had to actually move stuff out of the fridge, and it was behind it. But it's not here. I don't know where it is. I knew where it was, but I wasn't home. Um, and though, there's lots of, each of the meals we had this week, there's leftovers. So last night I made a yummy meal, my own creation. I made meatballs, I pressure canned my meatballs. I think there's a video on that. And I used them, so it's just basically I made regular meatballs with beef broth in a pressure can, and I pressure can. You can make them fresh. So I made that in the gravy. I made macaroni. I put it all together. I added a little bit more beef broth in it, and I added some cornstarch to thicken it. And I put mozzarella cheese, so it was like poutine meatballs and poutine pasta, and it was really good. And for left, and as overnight, I had some for breakfast because I was up at 6:30 and I was hungry. And I'm like, I don't want breakfast stuff. I want some of that pasta. I heated it up. Oh my goodness, it was better the next day because the macaroni absorbed a lot of the gravy. Yum. So try that next time. If you have some meatballs left over, make a gravy, make some pasta, shove some mozzarella cheese on it together, and mix it together. You've got poutine pasta and meatballs. I'm sure it would work with just ground beef too, because today, taking it out of the container, I broke up some of the meatballs because, well, they're kind of now falling apart, but still yummy. So more brunch than lunch, yes. Well, my family's not big breakfast eaters. So Abby doesn't like eggs as eggs. The only breakfast type foods she likes are bacon, ham, or sausage, and hash browns. That's about it. Um, once once a week or once every 2 weeks on a Saturday, my family doesn't wake up early. I'll do a big breakfast of either out, and it'll usually involve eggs, bacon, or ham or sausage. hash browns, and then something else. The only eggs my youngest daughter eats are deviled or pickled. So, yes, my daughter loves eating pickled eggs, but she won't eat hard boiled eggs. Very rarely. No, she doesn't get excited for eggs at all. Um, she'll eat eggs in things, but then also she doesn't like potato salad. So there's another one that you could hide eggs in. She doesn't like potato salad. Sometimes pasta salad. Um, I haven't found a pasta salad. Wow, sorry, disturbed you. I was sliding down the chair. I was falling off the chair because of you relying on me. A pasta salad that we all absolutely love. I usually get 3 out of 4 people liking something. So, but that's what I plan. I cooked up what I made the pasta last night. I took because our bags of pasta are 900 grams, so that's 2 pounds. So half of it went for last night, and half of it I put in the fridge to make pasta salad. So I'm a very big fan of cooking once, feeding twice, because then there's just less work. So when I make a roast, like I have a roast lamb downstairs. I'm planning on doing it, cutting it in half and making two. So one's going to be a curried lamb dish, and one's going to be a regular roast lamb. So that's 2 meals between now and next week. I also have some steaks that are marinated from Costco that are vacuum sealed to have that as a meal one day. They're good till I think they said the 10th or 12th. So somewhere between here and then. And then I have steaks in my freezer, which were a cheapy steak. They're called cowboy steaks. Um, and those I can use up for something else. Going to take longer than I thought. I'm going to recover 180 plus 4K videos. Wow. Yeah. When we're on vacation or when she's at camp and there's eggs available, like I have a buffet or something like that, she might try a bit of scrambled eggs or a bit of a fried egg or a bit of like the rest of my family likes dippy eggs to like lightly poached eggs. Um, she'll try, but I think it's a texture thing. Like my family, like when they were little, she liked scrambled eggs or cheesy omelets. So but she stopped eating eggs. Um, and my family stopped liking omelets. I love omelets, but nobody else does. Well, sorry, Rowan does, but um, not not often. Um, but no, we are more of a brunch type people. We tend to eat a mixture of breakfasty type stuff and lunchy type stuff at the same time. So like breakfasty type stuff and any leftovers. 6 or 7 videos of all right. Oh yes. Well, I'm helping out with the food cupboard lately, and I'm going to be doing some videos and some recipes of either ones that I find or ones that I recreate to try and make them um, more budget friendly, more cost effective, being able to use more ingredients that you could possibly get at the food cupboard to give people more ideas. So I'm going to be doing a lot of recipes with like beans and pasta and tomatoes and like taking soup, like canned soup, and repurposing it into something else. Because having just canned soup as canned soup gets kind of boring, right? So um, I'm collecting some recipes and trying to do that, and then I'll do some videos on that. And I'm hoping to at some because I have friends of mine who want me to make up a cookbook because they're always like enamored with um, what I do and how I can make things sometimes restaurant quality foods for much cheaper, you know. Now, those type of things are different than stuff from the food bank, but it's still budget friendly, as in it's cheaper. It'd be like two separate sections, you know. So I'm hoping to kind of do that. I don't know what type of program to kind of do that in. I've had like 3 ladies from church. They're like, if you do a cookbook, I will buy it. I'm like, really? So, because there's some that, like, I mean, I look at recipes and I get inspired by them. I don't follow the recipes, so, and that's part of the problem. Is that recreating it again, but I just wing it. I know what the flavor profiles are. If I don't have an ingredient, I will substitute. Said even more than coffee. What's your favorite word?
He destroyed it.
Oh, where'd the
He
cat go?
has it in his mouth. He's pulling it, and then we're like, why is he still walking off? I'm like, oh, he hasn't.
Okay, see. So Peter got a cat toy. That's what lasted 2 weeks.
No, it's less than a month.
A month. So it had a cat, a mousy, squeaky mouse.
No, it didn't.
No, this one didn't. Or is this one the feather?
Yeah, it's a ball. It's
a ball with a feather.
A bell. And
With a bell with a. Okay, and he killed it. he walked away, and it finally snapped. Pling. But I'm sure we could attach one of his other toys to it.
But some of the other ones that we got earlier are still so far compared to that one.
Well, this one was a dollar store toy.
Well, maybe that's why.
Well, it was a dollar store toy. Now, my husband picked up one from Amazon that has a squeaky mouse.
No, we went to Walmart.
Oh, that's right. That one was from Walmart.
Well,
The one from Amazon was a burger and fries.
They were not on sticks.
But they're not on sticks.
They're not sticks. They're just stuffies.
Oh, I know, he's a silly kid. So is your favorite word eggs, CR?
He's just playing with them.
Well, yeah, he's just this cat. He's the only cat I know that like plays with his cat toys. So he has a cat toy bin over here, and no, he's taken his toys and put them over. The toy bin is over here. He doesn't like his toy bin over here, so he's taken the toys that he prefers and brings them to another cubby hole over there and makes a pile of toys. You know, his favorites. And then once he's bored with those, he'll come over here and grab a new toy. Oh, that's a fishing rod. That one goes on the door too. So let me see. Has an elastic to go on the door, but this one is a fishing rod.
I haven't seen that for like 8 years.
And it has elastic to go on the doorknob. But the thing with this is that if he pulls it hard enough, it comes off. So it's not the greatest doorknob thing. Oh, and these are from like the Christmas stockings. So he really likes things like this, like little teddy bears. This is like a gingerbread. So these are his favorite ones that he's dragged over there.
Mom, he's been playing with your Christmas ornament.
And apparently one of my Christmas ornaments, there's a stocking. And this, because it has a bell, but it's a Christmas ornament. He killed the elastic. So the little snowman, or
No, it's like a wizard.
a banum. Some sort of banum thing. So it must have fallen off at Christmas time and fell with his cat toys. Or I thought it was a cat toy. Because it's a little stuffy.
Shiny fish.
Yes, oh, and he loves the shiny fish. Shiny fish.
What is his love and hate? I don't know where his love and hate goes.
Oh.
That he cleans it and then he kills it. And then he cleans it.
For that.
I don't know where his love and hate goes.
But he's such a kitty that likes toys. All my other cats, we give them a toy, they play with it for a bit. Like, even if there's a bit of catnip, they'll play for a bit, but...
I'll go put down the door.
Put that on the door. Oh, he's like, oh, I like that one. He's like, what you doing with my toys?
Okay, put it on the front door.
Sure. It won't last there. But I've never had a cat that played with toys like that. Ever. Even as a kitten. So tell Abby to get dressed, because after we eat lunch, you guys could go play with kitties.
I just want to make sushi.
Yes?
I don't want to go. I want to make sushi.
Go play with kitties and make sushi.
I'm already tied up with him now. Hey.
A friend of ours that lives around the corner, she fosters cats. And so she has two kittens that are maybe about a month old. When she got them, like they were rescued from outside. Um, and they had like an infection in their eye, in one eye each. And one has really cleared up. The other one is still a bit infected. They've been doing medicine and stuff for it, but then she has got I think four new kittens, and to be, they need to be socialized, so they need play. They need a lot of like attention, kind of like this cat, but a whole bunch of them climbing all over you. Well, my friend Maureen, she is a seamstress, um, as well, so she has a job that requires her to do stuff with clients that she can't just have these cats play with the cats all day. I mean, she does. So she asked if the girls wanted to come over and play with the cats and help them socialize and you know brush them or whatever. So and they said yes. So yes, you did earlier. So we'll talk about it later. And I asked Abby, and she said yes. So.
I said, talk about this later with Abby because Abby likes it.
So I'm like, we'll have to put something else on this, or tie one of the other toys and go over easy. Eggs. So I like them dippy. I do a mean poached egg. Yes. So they're getting hungry, so I'm gonna go and grab stuff out of the fridge and we'll make something for lunch. So see you guys later. I hope to do another live stream, maybe Saturday. If not by Monday afternoon, because Monday morning I'm volunteering at the food cupboard. So Rowan's got to take Princess away so I can get up. So take care. Yeah, well, everybody's starting to get up, and apparently their tummies are rumbling. So, so have a good day. Bye, friends.